Well, welcome to another episode, Trapping with Jinx. Got a catch back here for you in the background. It's going to be another awesome episode. Been working my fur. It's been slow. This is the first coyote I caught in almost a month. Yeah, about a month. So we had some bad weather that came through, and the ground is just now opening up, and it's super soft. So I'm walking out my line. Nice fence row off of this little piece right here, and I set a cedar post on this with just glandular and coyote urine. So as they kind of transition this little piece right here, that's where I connected on them. Trap set there. I just reset these about 3-4 days ago. I don't have a lot of coyotes coming through for some reason this year. This is maybe the first coyote in like a week, because I've got cameras on some of these locations, and I kind of monitor as I kind of check my traps every day. This is the first one that I've had any activity on. I knew there was a coyote coming through because of the cameras, and I was happy to catch it. This one's got mange, so, and we'll harvest this one for sure because he's got mange real bad. But nice front foot catch on a cedar post set, which is coyote gland on elevated, and then the urine. I've got a secondary set. There's a dirt hole over here, and then I got another dirt hole on the other side. So I know it's a good travel location, and glad you're with me, guys. So hopefully I have some good catches for you, and here we go. Jinx, have a great day. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the reset on this. These disposable sticks are great for this. I have another trap. It's in my backpack. I pulled it out. This is a clean trap. I'm gonna pull that trap out, and I want this set to be completely invisible to the coyote. I found in times past on these types of sets, sometimes it's best to just change out the trap because I want him to focus on the scent that I'm going to use over here, the scent post. Now we've got this catch circle right here. It would sometimes also be good to just move it over, because what they do is they come over, they're going to smell all this urine and all this, and it's still a magnet, and they'll sometimes circle the set before they'll commit it. It does help that I have a secondary set behind it, so that when they do circle it, they're working this little area right here, and they're trying to figure out what happened, if that makes sense. They haven't seen this before. This is late season, but you got to keep that in your mind. This is a curiosity thing. What happened here? And then we want them to commit inside the circle. So I'm going to show you kind of how I'm going to do this set, and hopefully maybe that kind of helps you guys as well. You can change things up. You could leave that trap. A lot of times I'll leave it. That's fine. You could put a little cover scent over the top with like urine or something. But for today, I think I'm going to pull the trap and start fresh. So I pulled my old trap. Guys ask me a lot of times about the disposable anchor systems. I just have a quick link on the end of that, and then I could just change out the trap real quick if I need to, and that's what I'm going to do. I have got another trap that's brand new, it's clean, it's fresh, and what I do with these is either take that to the power washer, or I like to let it set in a bucket of water for a little while, and then I might scrub it a little bit and then air dry it. Just air dry it's fine. I'm going to open back up my bed real quick, and I'll show you once I get my trap in there what the set's gonna look like. Okay guys, so I got my trap bedded back in just like I normally do. This time of year, it's late season, it's first part of February almost. In my area, it freezes. Everything freezes. So Dry peat moss on the bottom, trap on top. No metal touching this wet stuff. All peat moss across the sides. I won't put much, but I'll weigh that down later. Otherwise, I usually put my wax dirt on top, just a little layer. I went ahead and I grabbed some grass and a stick. You can see the stick is in the middle. The stick is what's gonna hold my gland lure, if that makes sense. It's kind of phosphorus. It'll hold a good scent right here on the end. And if I had a zip tie on my regular bucket, I'd put a zip tie across that. Piece of wire would probably work well to kind of hold all that together. I put a hole about, 6 inches is about what I got out of my dirt hole tool. I'm gonna put it down in the ground. I'm gonna angle this kind of to where they have to kind of work that. So that's kind of that's my post. That's what I'm gonna use as a post. And I'm gonna just kind of smack it in. When I come back through here in the next day or so, I'll try and find me a zip tie or a piece of wire to hold that together even better. But we're gonna use this end of this stick. And urine on this is great. And that's pretty much gonna be my post set. Since it sticks out, he's gonna wanna come by and check it out and mark it. And let's see, let's go ahead and, I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can't blend this in a little better. The blood, I don't worry about, just cover it over the top. And I'm gonna get it blended in a little better for you. Okay guys, so I have a liquid gland lure. I'm gonna put it right about here, if that makes sense. I would usually put a little bit of coyote urine on that. And but I just want to give him something to kind of come in and spot right here. And it is elevated, so that's all I'm gonna put on that. Real effective set, guys. Can't beat it. Still gonna come out working. Still got this little point. They're either right through here, or we want to check that out, especially with that catch circle. Now, if you really want to do something different, you could leave that there and just reset over here if you wanted to, and it'd be still as effective. So I kind of opened it up. You can see it's blended real well. It does step down. And just put some land lure right here, elevated. And if I come back through here, I'll put a little urine right in through here anyways. Turd kind of is helpful on the back part over here. That way they just kind of walk through. It's kind of the idea. So out of all these traps I just checked, what worked well was the location. I put that trap underneath his foot, more or less, right where he was at. And he just wanted to mark it, so. Well, I'm on the first day setting a new property. I wanted to show you some of my sets on this property. Kind of gives you some food for thought. Just kind of fun. Of course, we're all creative in our own way, but I take this pond right here, and these dams are always a natural pinpoint. So you've got all this brushy stuff. I'm on the pond dam here. I always look at the crossovers, which is connecting the tube to the end piece of the tube. Catch a lot of raccoons on the crossovers. Of course, this is usually where your otters are going to make their droppings too. So I always kind of look at it. Usually I'll set the ends of these, hoping that I won't catch as many raccoons. But when I came through here, I'm seeing coyote scat, and these are fresh. Coyote scat, and that's, you know, pretty good. You can kind of see there's a trail coming through here, and then I've got my crossover trail as well. So more than likely I'll probably catch something here every day, but I did kind of want to go ahead and set it anyway. So I did set in the middle of the two trails, so I'm putting my trap right where their feed is this time of year. And I just went with a standard 45 dirt hole blended in set right here. I've got some gland lure on the backing, and then I got a caller back in here. So it's pretty busy, but I wanted to share this with you guys. Look for these pinch points, look for these pond dams, and set off them. Always do really well on these. I might catch a bunch of raccoons. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Hopefully if I have cold weather, you don't have to worry so much about the coons. So hey, let's keep going with the rest of the video. Well, got him deep on the flanks, which means the loop was too big. This is a little harder to do this year. I don't have my road system like I did last year. Just set this up just yesterday. This is one of my favorite things to do this time of year. So this is what I call the bread basket. I cable in the bread basket. And I just set this yesterday. The trails are exactly the same as they were last year, which is so cool. On those Onyx maps, I can find exactly where I set the same cables last year. I bet I caught, no, not quite a half a dozen, but something like that within a week or two. Real effective. If you've got this CRP grass with these brushy areas, I'm driving down through the middle of these, and the trails are there from last year. You can see there's a good trail right there still. So, yeah. That's how you keep catching during the winter months. You just figure out where they're at and how to catch them. Traps and cable. I got traps all through here, but the cables are so effective in this area where they're hunting. So, if you got an area like that, cables or snares, if you can do it in your state, do it. Usually I'm a 10-inch loop. I don't know how I ended up with a deep flank catch. It's the first one I've caught like that in a long time. I go a 10-inch loop, 10 inches off the ground, and somehow he got halfway through that before I caught him. So what I'll do is, this trail is still good, so I'll move down about 10 more feet and I'll set another cable, and watch me, I'll catch another one 10 feet down the trail. So, especially if they're coming from the other direction. Really effective. Anyways, 62 on the board. All right, let's keep going. Okay, for the new guys, you can see these are my support wires. And then I use the pogo system. Put that back. I use the pogo system, works well for me. 18 inches on my cables. You can see I always use a split wire. He didn't pull that 2-3 inches. Got a good hold on him. Not a bad coyote, good color. Another good color coyote. I have to wash him out real good. Now I reset that. So here's my trail. Now the sun's in the way. You can't see it, like hardly at all. I reset it right here. Kind of went bunches right in there. And that's so much fun to do that. So if you have these CRP fields and it's cold, there's voles in these, there's rabbits in these. They'll even run deer, turkeys. There's always food in the bread basket. It's what I call this. I kind of coined it. I don't know if anybody else has coined it that or not, but the bread basket. Get in there, set you some cables, just have a ball. It's so much fun. 10 inches off the ground, 10-inch loop, and you'll be able to catch coyotes too. All right, here we go. All right, I want to give you a little better perspective of how I just caught him. So usually the road cuts through here, but it's not here. There's my big catch circle. And I'm just driving through this, right down the middle of it. And there's trails coming across. And that's how we're doing that. The same trails from last year when I had a road system, and they're still using them. So it's pretty wild to see that. You know, there's no four-wheeler trails. I just kind of made my own. And now we have a big catch circle right there, so it's like a UFO landing, right? All right, here we go. He's got mange real bad. I always said don't grow him, just catch him. So coyote is a coyote. Just set this one yesterday here, T-bone set off of the road system. There's a nice woolly timber comes along right here, and then there's this long fence line that hits that point, so you got everything kind of coming and going right there. That's so much fun. Even though they're mangy, it's still fun. I can't beat it. I always get excited every time I catch something, and this one here is no different. So he didn't tear up anything. I'll just reset that T-bone back here, and I'll have another catch off of that. I might stick a rock down and pee on it. He left me a whole bunch of urine, so. Okay guys, I apologize if the wind is real bad. I want to show you guys this set location. It's always a good producer for me year in, year out. That's kind of how I learned my properties. I'm setting off of a lot of the same stuff from last year, but I did want to show this with you. Just a really good location. Big timber going that way, and then there's this pond dam here that comes across. I set 3 along the pond dam. A lot of really good traffic going across there for coyotes. A lot of good scat, good trail go across there. Now the pond is frozen, but at the same time, it's still a good location. Another thing is there's this long fence line that goes that way. I've got a set over here in the corner off the brush pile just a little ways. That one will produce. And then I've got this system here that comes down, and then I'm gonna catch them on this corner right here as it kind of transitions through. Good classic funnel locations. And I'm playing the wind, and that's the thing that for the 20 plus years that I trapped, I'd never really thought about playing the wind. This one I'm gonna face this southeast. I'm playing the northwest wind, and then I do the opposite along the corner. So that's kind of how I do it. That's kind of how you learn. Hey folks, I hope you guys liked that super awesome, exciting episode today. Had a great time filming that for you guys. Hope you guys liked this episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe. Click the big bell notifications on, helps me out a lot. Otherwise, click the big thumbs up. I'm Jinx, and have a great day.